Welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors, everyone. We're getting ready to go for the day. We're gonna try and hit water sets hard today. My plan is I got my waders in the truck. I should be able to get like 3/4 of the way or halfway through my line before I'm gonna start setting mink sets. The first good chunk is all kind of land trapping, and a couple of the Sioux I put mink boxes by yesterday because I can't really put a pocket set in them or by there anyway, because the water isn't deep enough to drown anything right next to where I put my boxes. So we're getting a little bit later start this morning than I would like, but we're gonna hurry and get going. The sun's up, you can see it shining on the barn. It's been up like maybe 10-15 minutes, which isn't bad. We'll probably be going till close to dark again this evening. It's been that way the last 2 nights. I did get, after I shut you guys off, I got 7 more coyote sets put in. I got some in our pasture here that I just run out and checked, and nothing in them today. One of them down here I had a heck of a time finding. I basically made the set 3 different times before I finally got where you have to dig your trap bed and all that before you pound your stake in. And I actually pounded my stake driver down first, and I thought the ground was solid enough, but it's real soft mucky in there. And like last year, I'm actually glad in 2 of my sets down there, I'm glad I didn't make catches, because when I went to pull them, the last day I had mud on my face. When I went to pull my trap, it's literally just, like liquid mud underneath there. And when I pulled my trap, it literally squirted the mud out the hole. So it's just like, we call it loon crap underneath there. It's just, there's like a hard layer of sod, and then it's just like the springs and stuff are making it just, there's nothing underneath it. It's just soft, and the cows keep stomping more and more of it down all the time. So anyway, I had to keep moving my set around until I finally found a spot where I could felt like I got my stake to actually grab. So like I said, I'm kind of glad last year I didn't, because 2 of them, they would have basically pulled till they got to the last like 4 inches, and that's all that would have been holding them. Well, hopefully that would have held them long enough before I got there. But so like I said, I think they're all okay, but it took me a lot longer to get them set. I was hoping to get some more over in our other pasture. We'll see if I can get them in tonight or not. But so yeah, I checked 3 sets already. We got nothing. As for mink trapping today, that's going to be kind of my #1 priority. We're going to check everything, obviously, but then about halfway through the line, I got my waders in my truck. We're going to put my waders on, even though you guys probably know I'm kind of done wearing waders for the year, but hopefully it's only going to be for 1 day. So to make pocket sets, I feel like I'm going to have to be down in the water. I've never made a pocket set before, so it's all new to me. But I'm going to end up being in the water so I can kneel down and kind of, figure out what I'm doing. But I'm going to hopefully get them set in places where I can check them. Obviously, I can check to see if the trap's there, but I can retrieve animals if I catch animals. I'm going to put a weight on the end of my drowning wire, so I should be able to pull that back up to shore and get it back out from the shore. So I'm hoping once I get them set today that I won't need to be wearing my waders to actually check them. I'm also going to probably try and put a few muskrat sets, as long as I'm stopping there for a mink set. I'm not going to put my muskrat sets directly in front of my mink set, but I can put them right there someplace, especially 110s with a carrot on it. I don't need more than 3-4 inches of water to do that. So if I can reach them from shore and check them with like knee-high boots on, or check them with just hiking boots on, which is what I like to wear. I could put muskrat pole there, and I can, check them from the shore, or, reach them from the shore so I can pull them if I make a catch. So it may be a lot of conibears with carrots on the triggers. If I can find deep enough water and I can reach it from the shore, I'll put a foothold, pull it down. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be mink sets. I do have some portable pockets. Some of the shoreline along the edge of these sloughs, along the edge of the road where I'm going to be putting my sets, it's rock, it's riffraff is what we call it around here. So they just line the whole shoulder of the road with rocks to keep the waves from washing out the road. So I may not be able to, even though the bank is going to be steep enough, I may not be able to get a pocket set in because of the rocks. So in that case, I made some portable pockets. So they're a 6-inch long pipe with a, what I make them, 24, 18? I don't know, with a chunk of re-rod on the bottom of them. I think they're only 18s. But I'll use that to stake my upper side of my pocket, or stake the upper side of my slide wire, and then obviously throw my plate out in the water. So yeah, a portable pocket in places I can't get, either the bank ain't steep enough to do a pocket, or if the shoreline's too rocky, I can't actually dig a pocket. So, but yeah, we're gonna try it. We'll get about halfway through the line before we're gonna start making mink sets. I'm going to throw in just a couple boxes, so if I can't figure out how to get a portable pocket, or a portable pocket or a pocket set in, we'll put a mink box there instead. You guys know I haven't had great luck with mink boxes, but we're going to give it a go. I got 4 out yesterday. We're going to probably throw in about 4 more today. I don't know if I'll get them out or put them out, but at least if I have them, I can put them. As long as I'm there monkeying around, if I stop, I could put a mink box there. So yeah, and then like I said, we're going to throw in some muskrat gear. I'm not going to probably throw in a lot, but enough that a guy can put out maybe, 25 sets or something. Like I said, wherever I'm putting mink sets, if I can reach from the shore and put a couple muskrat sets in, I'm going to do that. I don't know, it's going to be 3 or 4 days of water trapping here. We'll see how much I actually get. We'll see what the weather actually does here. I should get all the way through the weekend before, they're talking highs in the 50s. So we'll see after that. I don't really trust the weather out more than about 3 or 4 days. So they are talking a little bit of a cool down next week. So, that'll probably be the end of my water line. I'm going to leave the portable pockets as long as I can. Or I keep saying portable pocket. I'm going to leave my mink sets as long as I can. If they freeze up, obviously, if the sloughs freeze up, that's the end of pocket trapping. So, and any portable pockets, anything like that, and that's where the mink boxes will keep working. So, all right. Coyote traps. So I threw in. So there's Duke 4s on this end, there's Montana 3s, and a couple Bridger 2 dogless over there. I do have a couple more MB550s left. I went last night through all the traps that I pulled, the first go around here, and I found 8 that were pretty clean. Didn't look like, I couldn't see hair on the jaws. Basically just had a little bit of peat moss caught in the jaws from when I set them off to pull them. So I got them cleaned up a little bit, new stakes put on them. I got them rinsed off with the hose, and I hung them on my rack. We ain't gonna take them with me today because I'm gonna focus on water sets today. But probably tomorrow I'll pick up all those 8 again, so I'll have 8 extra traps, MB550s to set. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking very fast, but I want to get going. So we're gonna load up my bait here. What we're gonna do in this pail here, we're gonna throw I have 10, I think, number 11 double jaws. Those will be my pocket set making traps. I'll throw in some Duke 1.5s, for muskrat trapping. If I have spots, we'll throw some Duke 1.5s in, and if I run out of the double long springs. So, all right. I think that's all I got. Like I said, I feel like that's a lot of information. We're really doing something new today, like I said, mink trapping. So hopefully it pays off and I can catch a few mink here on purpose. But we're going to run down to the trap shed. Like I said, we're going to throw in the mink trapping gear, stakes, portable pockets, a little bit of muskrat gear. I need some more poles, and we'll be on our way. All right, guys. Well, if you know anything about my video clips, if you know that I'm home, you know that I didn't make any catches today. And it got brutal out on the line. It's not terribly cold, don't get me wrong. It was like 45 this morning when I left, so I thought maybe a guy'd have some raccoon catches. The only thing I had is the rats messed with 2 of my dog proofs again. Again, if it happens probably again tomorrow, we're gonna just pick up the 2 dog proofs. They're in that yard where I caught all the skunks early on. I don't know. I don't really care to catch the skunks and the dog proofs anyway. I don't know if a guy's gonna catch any raccoons there. So yeah, I just can't. I just don't want to keep feeding the rats. And then I had 1 mink box. I should have filmed it for you. I'm assuming a weasel tried to steal my hindquarters from a muskrat. The hindquarters of the muskrat were caught in my 120 in my mink box, and the trap was laid out in front of the box. I couldn't really see that it had been chewed on. But I don't think there's any way a mink would have got all the way into my box without setting the trap off and then set it off when they're dragging the carcass out. That's typically a weasel thing. So I'm actually thinking about throwing in a weasel box tomorrow, and I may just swap out the mink box for a weasel box right there, because I'd like to catch a weasel anyway. But I'm trying to hide out of the wind for you guys a little bit here. So I made a mistake this morning. Forgot the old trowel. I'm gonna get some of the mud knocked off of it. We were using it for non-trapping related things, but I have this for making pocket sets, and I'm actually gonna take these 2 guys with me as well. But I didn't bring a dang shovel with me, so even if I could have, or even if I wanted to, I couldn't have made a pocket set anyway. I did use a portable pocket and made a mink set with that. I did drop in a dozen muskrat sets, but man, the wind picked up. It was calm this morning when I left. We had a front move through here, and the weather gal just said we had 35-mile-an-hour sustained winds and gusting to 45. So you can't even stand straight. Like, literally, you gotta lean into the wind. And like I said, I'm trying to hide kind of by the garage to keep you guys out of the wind, but it is just brutal. I went from wearing a long sleeve shirt that was almost too much to putting my Carhartt back on and my stocking cap back on. I don't know the weather. I feel like it's actually cooled off a little as the day went on here, but it is just brutal on the line. So I did add in 2 more coyote sets as well in a location that I had them before. I just didn't want to drop them in yesterday because I didn't want to run out of traps. I did clean up 8 MB550s that I had out in the early part of my season, and when I pulled, I cleaned them up last night and rinsed them off. I have them hanging down there. Tomorrow morning I'll probably grab those guys and throw them in. I didn't throw in any mink boxes today because you can kind of see we got muskrat traps, footholds, conibears, mink bait, plates for my drowners. Up here's my portable pockets. Let's see if I get around. You guys could probably see a little better. So I'm using railroad plates for drowning plates, portable pockets. In here I have double long springs already on the slide wires, and I got stakes for them in case I need to stake the top end. If I'm not using a portable pocket, I'll use the pocket as the top end stake. If I'm making an actual pocket set, I'll use a 18-inch T-bar. See, I didn't have a lot of extra room for mink boxes in here, so I decided not to take any. And I probably wouldn't have put any out today anyway. I just don't know where I'd want to put them. I really want to get pocket sets in. That's going to be kind of my focus, but it's not going to be the day. It's middle of the afternoon here, so I do have some free time. So we're going to try and get my basement kind of cleaned out a little bit. Not that it needs to be, there's plenty of junk, but just get them things moved out of my way. And we're going to get my flesh and beam and everything all set up, get my boards all hauled down, because I store all my boards up in the attic up here. So I need to get them from the attic to the basement. So 3 flights of stairs to get them down there. So far I don't need a ton of boards, so I'm not gonna carry every board I have down, but I do have a fair amount of skunks skinned, you know, and I got 8 coyotes, so I'd probably carry down like 4 stretchers, you know, 5 coyote stretchers, something like that. I don't plan on putting any fur up in the next few days unless I catch mink and muskrat. I'll put up the day I catch them, but everything else I'm not gonna mess with until I'm done trapping, or at least for the next few days until I can kind of finish getting the line out that I want to be running. There's always time to add more sets. I'd like to add coyote sets, but dry peat moss and 40-mile-an-hour winds, you're not even going to get your trap covered and the wind's going to blow it off. So yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to being home at this time of the day. I figured it'd be close to dark before I got home, but I don't know. No catches on the line today, so I don't know what to think about that, honestly. And like the fact that I only caught 8 coyotes, and I say only, I mean, I know some guys are happy with that, but I would like the first 2 weeks of my season, I'd have liked to have darn near a 2-a-day average, and I didn't even end up with a 1-a-day average. So the fact that I only ended up with 8 kind of leads me to believe that maybe the numbers are down a little this year. I would say raccoon numbers definitely are. Going into the season, I wasn't seeing roadkills, both for skunks and for raccoons. And typically I can kind of gauge how I'm going to do on my line by how many roadkills I'm seeing, and I wasn't seeing a lot of either. I mean, if I take out that 1 yard where I've caught 8 skunks, I think I've caught 4 skunks in other places other than that. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad. That's the whole point of me trapping, is to try and thin out those type of nest predators. Haven't caught a fox yet, which kind of surprising, but I don't know. Feel like I'm kind of rambling on a day I didn't make any catches for you guys, so I apologize for that. Like I said, we did get some muskrat sets in. There's a good chance, I don't know. There's a chance I'll have a muskrat caught. There's a chance I got mink caught tomorrow. A weasel maybe if he's trying to steal my bait again. Hopefully we got some land animals here, you know, coming up in tomorrow's check or the next few days. So like I said, we're gonna kind of actually reorganize my truck just a little bit here. And then yeah, we're gonna go in and try and do some housework, try and get things kind of put away for winter and cleaned up from deer season, all that stuff, as long as it's not fit to be outside. Because even just as I'm standing here, like, I feel like the wind is even picking up in the yard here. So all right, I guess I got nothing else for you. We'll see you guys out on the line tomorrow.